Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be looking at MATIC. Before we jump into the price action, just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. Okay, so Matic is quite an interesting one where it's currently sitting here. There's a couple of ways we can look at this, and for the most part, the idea is we're still looking for whether this is actually looking to be a corrective move to the downside like this, where we could actually look to move lower down here towards this zone of this 07542 at a 1 to 1, or alternatively, we could look to find support again within this box. Basically, the idea that I'm looking for here is potentially that within this structure, we could see this as an A, a B, and then we're looking for that C wave to the downside. With that said, basically, we need to be aware that we could see a few things play out here where we could actually start to break down from this point deeper. We need to just be aware of it. The way that it's forming within this is making it look quite a lot like a triangle. So I'm keeping on that idea that potentially this is a B, C, D, and we're looking to form or have formed that E wave. So if we do start to break down deeper from this current location and start to form big five-way move from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, something like this, lower down into these ranges, then potentially this would be confirmation of this. If, however, we break back above this B wave at this 24.99, potentially we could see this actually looking rather for this C wave target here towards this 141.99. So there is a couple of ways we can look at this. So we need to just be aware that it is very choppy in here. There's a few things that can be going on. The alternative way of looking at this move would be arguing that within here, potentially instead this A wave completes into this high here, and we're looking to form a corrective structure as potentially a WXY here. So the reason I'm looking at this in this manner is looking for the potential that this is a three-wave move flat, and then we're going to get an A, B, and a C, and we could actually look to push back down here into this zone of this 10481 to this 10388. That would be a typical area that we'd be looking for. If this is an A wave, this is a B, and we're looking for that C wave to the upside. So we do have the bullish count, which hasn't technically invalidated. It's come really close, and it's because of the fact that it's come down so low, it's looking less likely, but we're going to discuss that in a second. So the idea here is we're seeing for further evidence whether this B wave is completed. If we have this potentially completed into this high, then like I said, we could be looking for that possibility of breaking down towards this 75 cent range. Alternatively, we could still look to find support again somewhere within this box, this 87.41 to this 108.30. So this previous low here might be an interesting zone if we do look to move back down here. Alternatively, this area here, this 93 cent 21 could be also quite an interesting zone. We can see that there's quite a lot of interaction with this level, so we'll have to keep an eye on it if we do look to break down. So that golden pocket is once again here at this 99 cent to this 96.80. So keep an eye on that if we do move down that low. So, but as long as we actually hold this low and we hold the support range, I am still looking for that possibility that we could see another leg to the upside here. The problem is within this structure, we need to be a little bit cautious because we were talking about that possibility of also looking at this rather as a bigger five-wave structure down, looking for this as a two, and then looking to break to the downside. So I'm going to go over the bullish options. This would be short-term bullish, would be looking for this B wave, potentially looking to actually come back up and challenge this area of this $1.40, and then looking actually for continuation from there. The alternative would be that actually within this structure, we could still see this play out as an impulse to the upside, but it's getting really unlikely. The fact we lost the $1.11, you know, we'd have to argue that within here we were forming 1, 2, 1, 2, and then possibly even here another 1 and a 2. The problem within this is if we start to lose this low of this $1.0863, it becomes less likely that this is playing out. We'd have to get moving away from this zone, and what we'd want to see if we're looking at this possibility, we'd be looking at this as a 1, 2. We'd want to see a move up past this 1223 and then basically looking for an additional fifth wave to the upside here to get us out of this zone. And that would be then looking potentially to be a five-wave move to the upside. The problem is if we just have a single five-wave move like this, we'd have to be cautious because this could then be an A, a B, and then we're looking to form that C wave, which, like I said previously, in the previous video, what we're looking for is that possibility of coming up towards a 618 at a minimum if we're looking at an ABC. So if we do maintain this, this is still viable for this count as well. We could see this as an A, a B into this low, and then we start to get the C wave up. So that $1.2770 is a zone we'd be looking for. Alternatively, this 1-to-1 up here. So the other option is just looking for that possibility of a bigger breakout. The problem is if we just get a single five-wave move up like this, so this could be just a corrective pattern. What'll be key here, if we are looking to progress up here and form this bigger structure, is we'd then be potentially looking for another wave, three-wave down, finding support above these lows, and then looking to push to the upside, potentially actually coming back and retesting some of these highs. So that's what I'll be keeping an eye on here. This thing can always start to extend out here, but basically until we actually move up past this $1.37 and we get confirmation of a fourth and a fifth, we'd have to still be cautious that this could just look to actually directly break down here. So this is going to be the key area. If we do, however, lose this zone, this red line, this $1.07, well, next support zone would be here at this 108 to this $1 range. Losing this $1 range would make this less likely that we're going to see continuation to the upside here, and would potentially mean that we've already started that additional leg to the downside, and then could look to actually find support lower down and then look for continuation to the upside after that. And that would be looking at this possibility of being within this C wave here. So we need to be cautious here. There is that potential we could still look to break down deeper. And even potentially come down and take out the 74, 72, which would be the beginning of this move here. So keep an eye on that. We could see this even develop something like a diagonal to the downside here. I haven't written that off either. We'll have to keep an eye on it. It's just a really strange structure into this low. So we just need to be open to the fact that we could see something like that. So that would be something we're looking out for. As well as that, we're looking out for that deeper potential of a sell-off here, looking to actually come down lower down towards this 51 cent to this 45.61. And what we'd be looking for here is basically, if I just come in here on the shorter time frames here, actually turn this off, get rid of this, and remove these ones. So what we'd have to look at within this is that possibility that we could actually be starting to extend out. And the way I'm looking at this currently is looking at the potential that this could be a 1 and a 2 here. This could then be another 1 and a 2 here. And then we could actually be starting to break down deeper. So we don't have confirmation of this yet, but if we do start to sell off more violently here, and we start to head down towards this 101, that would be a 1.618. Potentially what we could then see is a fourth and a fifth wave, which could look to take us down to that dollar range. And then from there would be important, especially if this, so this is if it just directly sells off and we don't actually come back and challenge any of these highs of these key points here, which would be at this zone of this 116, and up here would be this 121. If we do continue to set these lower highs here, potentially this could be looking to actually extend out. And even within here, we could see that that's actually starting to extend within this third wave, and potentially, we could see a move down where, this becomes another 1 and a 2 here, and then we actually look to push down through these areas. So the key zone to take away from this would be this 1-to-1, which would be down here at the 75.57, and then basically lower down we'd have this 1618 at this 55 cent range. If we do start to break down in a bigger five-wave structure here, what we would then be looking for is that potentially this could be either an A wave to the downside, or like we have talked about previously within the videos, we could be looking to actually challenge this lower support zone, if you can find it there. This 69.71 to this lower range of this 44.34. So we could be looking to actually come back and retest this looking at this as a support zone, looking to actually move up, where instead of looking at this in this manner where this is an A, B, and a C, we were looking at it. I need to find the right one. There we go. Looking for this potential of a C wave to the downside, where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which we could look to actually find support again within this box. Alternatively, if we do look to push down lower, 618 might be an interesting area at 0.379, and then that 1-to-1 would actually bring us down towards that 17 cent. So, we do still have this possibility of looking for a sell off here. Need to be careful, especially when we start forming moves like this. This could become a 1-2, come back up, retest this channel, break it down for 3, 4, and 5, something like that. Then we get another fourth and a fifth, and then that could start to put us towards some of these key ranges. But that 1-to-1 area needs to be watched out for, the 75.57, because that would also then bring us back into these bottoms, which could actually mean that this whole move here is just a corrective structure, and then we actually look to break to the upside from there. So keep an eye on this level. This is going to be a key zone if we do come back into this. It's going to be important to see whether this holds. I do feel that if we start to lose this zone, we could potentially see a lot of selling pressure come in, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. Potentially, if we did come down and form this third wave, this fourth wave could actually come back up, retest these levels, and then actually look to sell off deeper. So we need to be careful of that fact. There is a lot of different possibilities here. We need to just take it sort of one step at a time and see how we get on. But for the most part, this is what I'm looking for within this bearish scenario, looking to see whether we actually start to sell off deeper here, getting us past this $1 range, and then actually looking to see whether we take out this wave one low here. And then from there, what I would be looking for is the 1-to-1 that we have down here, and alternatively seeing how we react when we come back into the zone of this channel. Obviously, we have some key zones here within these levels. We did find support above this one here at this 94 cent range. Potentially if we come down lower, could look to see how we react around the lows that we have within here, and see if we do get that support come in slightly higher. But you can see how that would come actually down towards this 1-to-1 anyway. So yeah, just keeping an eye on it. We haven't broken structure yet to the upside, but the fact that we've come so deep here, at least from an impulse sort of standpoint, where we're looking at this as 1-2, 1-2, it's starting to look less likely. Doesn't mean that we can't get a move up in a C wave and then still look to move down from here. We'd have to just give it a bit of space here. This Even within this, we can still look at this as a 1 and then potentially some kind of wave 2 down into this zone here. As long as we hold this $1 area. If we start to lose that, then basically the bullish count starts to fall apart from that point. But yeah, in the short term, I want to see whether we can maintain this 107.848. If we do, this still remains intact. It's not very pretty, but this would potentially indicate we'd have a lot of extension here, and it could even push up as high as this $1.68 if it does maintain this structure. Obviously, that would mean that, we'd have to see some extensions within these waves, because currently the 1618 of this wave one is only here at this $1.37. So we'd have to see this basically extend out and look to travel up higher here. So we'd get something like this, which would look to target out this 1618 higher up. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links for both Primaries BT and BYBIT down there, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. If you do not have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.